Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Survival with Purpose, also known as SWAT Radio. Well, I'm going to start off with letting you guys know if you're new to the show. Returning people already know. But we're here to be your support system. Here on SWAT Radio, we're going to have guests that may share their stories of things that they've been through, things that they are going through, that may share some insight on what you may or may not be going through. Maybe you know someone close to you that might be going through something and it applies to them. We also offer, resources and things of that nature. We will definitely discuss recent topics, or should I say current events. Current events is what I actually want to say. We will discuss those topics. Here I have two co-hosts today. I have Chanel and Tony. Tony is somewhere. There he is waving. Okay. And here, as you can see, it's three people. We all have a different opinion. And that is exactly what it is. Our opinion. Each one of us have our own opinion. So I just want to say, Tony I think his opinion may be a little stronger than mine. But I think, yeah. Don't look at me like that. Yeah. It is. It's okay. But you'll see with this particular episode. Before I get into what the topic is, I would like for everyone to introduce themselves. I'm going to give my social media first, followed by me. It'll be Chanel and then Tony. You can follow me at Monica WLS and the number 2 on Instagram and TikTok. Swap Radio Show on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Chanel.
Mabry Mills on Facebook. And Instagram is rise_sister_.
Tony.
I'm Tony Berger on all platforms.
You say on all platforms like he. Anyway.
I only got two.
I'm definitely not going to get started with Tony. Not today. However, if you happen to miss the, a live episode, you can always go back and watch at onfire-tv.com. Right, y'all? Right?
Yeah.
Y'all tell people that? Have y'all shared the fire? Yeah.
Every time you share it, we share it.
Mm-hmm.
Who said that?
I said every time you share it, we share it.
I'm just going to insert Portia's meme that say, "Who said that?" Like, really? That's your final answer? Okay. That's
my mic is muted.
We're just gonna leave it there. We're gonna go straight to our quote of the day. We're not fooling with Tony today. We're gonna go straight to the quote of the day, which says, "Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path."
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Let it simmer.
Mm-hmm.
First topic of today. Let's just get right to it. Okay. Baltimore violence. I wanted to discuss this because I noticed whenever something happens in Baltimore and it's posted on social media, I can't say what happens too much in other cities, because in other cities, they're just going to see what happened in their cities. They won't see the same things that we see. We do get things that happen from other cities, but for the most part, we're going to see what's going on in Baltimore and its surrounding counties. So people seem to think that the mayor can stop everything just by maybe raising his hand. I don't know what they think. Hi, I can stop it. No. Unfortunately, this past, I'll say 6 days, it's been tragedy, basically.
Yeah.
We've had at least 3 teenagers murdered, killed, whichever word you would like to use. They have been killed, and they're all teenagers. The first one we're going to talk about is the 19-year-old security officer that was killed. He was on duty at Morgan State University. So the university, they're saying, before I get to what they're saying, let me just get the story out there for those who may not know, or maybe from a different city or state. 19-year-old security officer, his name is Julian. He was fatally shot on Wednesday, August 24th, near Morgan State University campus, which is in Northeast Baltimore. According to the police and university officials, officers were called around 9:36 p.m. to the 4400 block of Marble Hall Road for a shooting. Officers found the victim shot in the head. The victim was taken to Johns Hopkins Hospital, where he later died. Rest in peace, Julian. My condolences to his family and friends. Now, let me say this. He worked for Allied Security. He was at the apartments that house Morgan State students. What bothered me the most about everything that is going on is that Morgan State said that they were treating this as a off-campus incident. But the company is contracted by you to provide security, unarmed, might I add, security in those apartments, because some of their students, that's part of their housing, basically. I lived over there for a very short period of time. Very short. And I know how much activity could go on around. I know things happen. When I was there, somebody went around to every car, broke everybody's windshield wipers. Why? So at that time, I had a vehicle that I had to replace the two front and the back. And I had two vehicles over there at the time. So it was like, stuff always happened. But I'm telling you, if I was a family member, I would be totally upset that they feel like they're treating this as an off-campus incident. And they claim it does not always happen. Not from what I read. I don't know if you guys had a chance. We have some pages that we won't give any clout on here, but it's some pages that post. And if you skim those comments, they say some of the most horrible and disrespectful things. But they also said security officers normally get robbed and beat up in that apartment complex. It's like, I don't know. So if you were a parent, how would you look at this? Because I know I have some things that his family was saying. So what would you, Chanel, you have sons.
Yes. So speaking from number one, I am my profession changed, but I still call myself a security officer because I've done it for a number of years, and I've worked for Allied. So also, my son worked for Allied. So as a parent, I am appalled. Number one, he's young. Number two, I've heard stories of things happening to security officers. You feel me? And that as well. So it definitely is an ongoing issue. So for them to say that that's something that doesn't normally happen, that is not true. Number two, if incidents like that are happening like that as much as it was, why is it not an armed guard there?
That's
Number
what I was
three, yes. Number three, I'm also upset at the fact that they're treating it as an off-campus incident. This young man, basically, I'm gonna say was risking his life working for you guys, and this is how you feel. So I'm definitely appalled, and as a parent, I'm angry. And I'm angry because as a parent, I feel like as a company, like I said again, they know what's going on over there because security officers, we report these types of things. We talk to our supervisors, our, site supervisors, and different people that come to the site. We're calling, we're talking, we're telling them what's going on. These are things as a security guard you have to report.
Right.
So they know these things. Again, as a parent, I would feel like you put my child's life in jeopardy, number one, and now his life is gone. You don't care. That's basically what you're saying to me.
Exactly. From Morgan State, though, because
Yes.
Allied had a totally different statement.
Yes. I'm sorry. Let me clear that up. For Morgan State, definitely.
Look at Tony's facial expression. Tony, is it something you would like to add?
Not really, but I will say I understand why they said it's an off-campus shooting. Now, before I go into anything, let me make something very clear. I'm not affiliated with Morgan or Allied. I used to work for Morgan for 3 years. I have a part-time job that delivers stuff to that very same complex, Marble Hall. During the daytime, I notice it's always a marked Morgan State University car over there. Don't know about nighttime. But that complex, I think Monica might have said it, is segregated or separated from Morgan. It's not a Morgan-owned complex, but they have a contract with Morgan to supply housing to their kids. So even though it's off campus, Morgan still bear the control of that I'm gonna say project or whatever it is. So they should not have said it was off campus because you have control of that place. So it's not associated, it's not attached to your big campus, but it's part of your campus, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it makes sense to me.
Totally makes sense.
They shouldn't have said off campus, even though it's on the other side of Hill and Road up the way a little bit. I can't think of the street, but y'all know where it is. But
yeah, it's between Lock Raven and Cold Spring.
That's what it is, right? I couldn't get the long street. I know it was Cold Spring. I couldn't think of Lock Raven. But the second thing I gotta say is security. Everybody gonna have to work somewhere. And I used to do security. They couldn't pay me to do security today. It's no respect for authority, whether it be a teacher, a coach in a sport, football, basketball, whatever, police or security guards. You know what I'm saying? And when people see that uniform, whether it's a security guard or police, something ticks in their brain where they go to the most highest level of disrespect. And they treat those people that work in those uniforms like they're not people.
Yeah.
I'm appalled at this from all angles. That's just me.
It has happened.
So I just, not to cut you off, Tony, but I just want to add this in. Now, I understand what you're saying as far as the security officer, right? But at the end of the day, I feel like this. The company has a responsibility. You know what I mean? They know, okay, this person is probably a good fit to go here. Or maybe I'll pull this person out, maybe put this person here because they may be a better fit. You know what I mean? So some of it is the responsibility of the company as well. Maybe he was not a good fit for there, as well as, again, an armed person should have been there.
Well, wait a minute now, because I'm. Let me say this: he was fresh out of high school. He graduated a few months ago, so it's not like he had much experience with security before he ended up in that type of scenario. And as far as being armed, remember they ran down on that police officer in her car. So even being armed, I mean, I don't know, but I think it would have been a better presence for the Morgan State Police, because they're not Morgan State Security, Morgan State Police, to be over there. So I don't know if it was an isolated incident when they was over there, but as I said, I worked over there and lived over there in Marble Hall for that very short time. And I'm telling you, Morgan State Police did not come over there. They may have went over there for one thing that day you was delivering. But trust and believe, that's not where they would sit. They
Mm-hmm.
only had Allied back in 2007, and they only have Allied now. And that's probably because the money. That's the
Well,
cheapest they can pay them. Because I
well, I
know the
go over
union
there.
officers.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I
Mhm.
go over there at least once every 2 weeks. And every time I go over there, again, I don't know if this is protocol, but even when I'm driving my daughter to school, it's always a Morgan University car on that corner or in that project. Now, that may just be
I
for the
want you to stop
daytime.
saying project too, because for the people listening, this is not projects. This is like regular apartment buildings. This is not like public housing. This is like a regular apartment complex with many buildings. I've seen something on social media about rodents over there as well. So this is not like
About what?
you don't want to know. But listen, I'm saying it because he keeps saying projects. I want it to be clear that this is not like the high rise
I'm saying
project building.
project as in just a community of housing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying it as, just a
I get what
community of
you
housing.
listen. I hear what you're trying to say, but I just want to clarify for the viewers who may be thinking, "Oh, he's talking about the projects." No, it's not the projects. They were decent apartments when I left, and I know they was doing upgrades when I left. So what I'm saying is, they have certain buildings that are allotted for Morgan State students. So it's like they're regular apartments. Like if they didn't have the students there, you would be able to rent there, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just the point that I was making. But real quick, the statement that Allied sent said everyone at Allied is saddened and absolutely devastated to learn a valued member of our team lost his life last night after being shot. This is the statement, and they released the statement the following day. I'm just reading it now. So it says local Allied Universal leadership has reached out to the victim's family to offer our condolences and financial support. Because this is an ongoing investigation, we respectfully request any other inquiries be directed to the Baltimore City Police Department. So I'm going to continue before we stay in that one space. Two
Mm-hmm.
Morgan students totally, they felt totally different. So one said, I am scared for me and my friends' lives. I feel like they should move everybody to a different place or do something because it is not okay. I won't disclose that person's name. The other person said, me personally, I feel safe on campus. MSPD are out here. I know I'm safe. I think it was a one time incident. I just hope to move forward from this. I don't know if this person is a freshman. He answered his own, I'm not going to say he or she answered their own question. I mean, they really responded to their own statement on campus. You feel safe on the campus, but the housing is not always on campus.
Mm-hmm.
It's down the street. So clearly he does not stay or reside at any of those apartments. He stay on campus because it's always live over there. It's always lit over there. When I was doing Amazon Flex, I didn't even want to deliver the package. But I also didn't want to take it all the way back to the daggone center.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's how I stopped delivering when I have to go in these crazy neighborhoods and it's too much going on. When I was over there working, when I was over there living, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's too live over there. People, and when I say live, I mean like everybody's outside somewhere, or you have to walk through a crowd of people that are smoking marijuana or whatever. Like it's a lot going on. And he was young. It says that Julian was an aspiring rapper or
Mm-hmm.
something. So we don't, unfortunately, we don't know if this was like personal or they was just trying to rob him like they did the previous security officer.
Mm-hmm.
This is like something, who knows? It's really sad though.
It is.
So now that happened on what was that, August 24th?
Mm-hmm.
September 2nd, unfortunately. we moved to a high school. So this happened near, they like to say near, Morgan State. Well, this incident happened directly on Merville's campus.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all gonna say Mergenthal. Let me say all it. Mervo. Okay. At about 2:54 on September 2nd, Northeast District officers were sent to the 3600 block of Tivoli Avenue to investigate a reported shooting on the grounds of Merville High School. When the Baltimore City police officers arrived, school police officers were already administering CPR. His name was Jeremiah Brogdon. He suffered life-threatening gunshot wounds. The victim was taken to Johns Hopkins Hospital by ambulance and pronounced dead by medical personnel shortly after arrival. The 17-year-old suspect who allegedly killed the Mervo student is now charged with first-degree murder and is being held without bail, as he should. So what I'm hearing is when the shots rang out, he took off the run, and they keep calling them resource officers, but the school police ran right behind him. I'm glad he wasn't fast enough to get away. However, he wasn't even a student of the school.
Mm-hmm.
He attended another school. So they say an argument happened. I've seen many things online, like it was something about a girl. I don't know. All of this is alleged information. Like they don't know. Somebody may know that's close to them, but I'm saying allegedly it was about a girl. Now that is a 17-year-old. He was a football player. Life cut short. Like I'm not sure if he was a junior or a senior. This is just, it's horrible. So let me get this other situation out there as well before we start speaking in relation to him. Milford Mill High School, two juveniles were shot Friday night in Milford Mill, and one of them has died. County police officers were called about 9:25 p.m. to the area of Washington Avenue at Liberty Road and Milford Mill. So for some of you, I'm gonna give you it's maybe like a 3-block distance because it's like a long walk, but it's like a 3-block distance from the school. But all these kids were coming from a football game. I want to say they played Franklin. Yes, I keep up with the high school sports. So Milford Mill played Franklin. Nobody knows of any suspects. Nobody even knows why anyone was shooting. But another 14-year-old was shot. And now let me go back because I don't know if he was 14. Let me just keep it at juvenile. He was a juvenile, but it was non-life threatening. Either way, it's horrible. As a parent. As a parent, these things you don't want to hear because you want to allow your kids to be
free.
You want to allow them to go out and enjoy their high school years, But unfortunately, it's not safe to do. So, I mean, I send my prayers and condolences to the families of tragedy. Like, this is sad. I don't know. This is horrible. And I have 2 sons, so it's like it has my word because it's awful. And then I think somebody had up a video, and it was really pissing me off. I know I reported the video. It was on one of those pages we always tune into. You could see before they took that child to the hospital, he was already gone. Because they are so close with the footage that you could see him on the ground, lifeless, as they trying to do whatever they were trying to do. He was completely lifeless. I just can't get that video out my head from seeing it. It's horrible. It's horrible. Now, as far as the school shootings, the the Baltimore City Public School and Milford Mill, which is actually a Baltimore County high school. Like in the city, they don't allow the officers to have their guns in school. What are y'all thoughts on that? Because in this situation, they did have their service weapon because they were. So had somebody been in the building, they would have had to run to the laptop and get the gun, and then you see what I'm saying. So, what are your thoughts on
I always said that they should leave the resource officers be because they don't pat the kids down. In most of the city schools, they don't have metal detectors. So it's easy for the kids to walk in and out with weaponry. The school resource officers should always be able to carry their weapons. That's the first thing, right? The second thing that I want to speak on real fast is the incident in itself. I'm not going to say what I know, what I heard is all alleged hearsay, street say. But the kid left one high school to go meet this kid at that high school. You're telling me that this kid was in another school?
We're talking about two situations.
I'm talking about the city school. The kid that got killed at Mervo. Yes. The kid that allegedly murdered him left one school to go meet him.
Emerson.
You're telling me that this kid was in a city school with a gun all day long. Like, that's my outrage there. And then he was able to leave one school and catch the bus to another school. And I can't even say the bus company is liable because it's public transportation. It's not like county schools where you're on a school bus.
Are you sure he caught the bus?
I'm going by allegedly rumors that I heard. That's why I said everything is alleged. I said that before I started talking.
You did, but when you start talking, I'm going to ask you questions. Because he could drive. My daughter's the same age, she drives. So I'm just saying, maybe he didn't. I don't know what that noise is. But maybe that's why I'm just saying, maybe he didn't. Maybe he drove his way over there. He left the gun in the car. I don't know. I mean, there's so many different ways this story can go because it just all sound a mess. I'm sorry.
So
I don't know how he got there, so I'll say that. Go ahead, Miss Maeve.
Okay. So pretty much from just different little things that I was hearing, the kid who actually got murdered, he's the actual football star. Played football, the athlete. I was told that he knew that something was going to happen because he left school. He had practice that day. And this is allegedly as well. Allegedly, he left school that day and told someone, I'm coming back to practice, but I got to go home first. So he left, he went home, and then he came back. And I guess that's when the altercation or whatever the incident was took place. So in my mind, I'm thinking he left and went home. So it could have been something that was brewing from early, like all through the day, or it could have been a neighborhood thing, something that they brought from home into the building. However,
well, it didn't go into the building because one student didn't go there.
School. Well, I'm sorry, an incident to the school. I mean, that incident happened outside of the school that they brought to the school grounds. This kid that I'm with Tony. This kid actually was in school all day long with a gun on him. How? Suppose he had gotten to an argument with another child in that school, he would have shot and killed them. Like that's to me as a parent, that's a safety issue for me. That's a safety issue for me.
Yeah, gotta be the devil's advocate. I know
before you be the devil's advocate, just before you be the devil's advocate, I want to say something because the children this year, it has been multiple children this year with shootings at schools and multiple children being shot with guns. And I know what you're about to say, but I'm going to say this. I can't fault parents in safety. I can't point my finger at that. I can't point my finger at parents in safety as far as these incidents when the ultimate thing to me is awareness. Parents,
Okay.
That's great.
people, everybody, teachers,
Mhm.
awareness.
Tony, that's
Mhm.
great. I'm glad you feel psychic.
I
Um,
agree.
but you definitely have no idea what I was about to say. Because what I was getting ready to ask you was when you went to school, was there metal detectors at your school? It was nothing about pointing the finger at the parents, nothing about that. Because I know myself as a parent, I'm at work before my daughter even leaves for school. When I'm going to work, she's just getting up to get herself together. And she don't even go to school every day. The days that she go to school, she's getting up as I'm going out the door. So I wasn't about to say that. My question was about to be, which I already know the answers. There was no metal detectors in your schools when you were growing up. So it's not really far fetched that there's no metal detector in the schools today.
My
However,
school had metal
my
detectors.
sons, my sons went to Douglas High School. When they put those metal detectors in there, people were so upset. And then not long, somebody gets into it with somebody else. The brother comes up there like he's going to deal with this resource officer or hall monitor as it relates to his sister. And what he do? Shoot the man. But he shot him. And the metal detectors, excuse me, the metal detectors are there. But he pulled the gun out before he got through the metal detectors. So even where there's metal detectors, something can still happen. And you know it's real. Let me tell you, I don't know if y'all visited John Hopkins lately, but going in that door at Zayed Tower at the Bloomberg Children's Center, you have to walk through a metal detector.
Mm.
And that was all because that was all because a mother was being a child. She wasn't acting as an adult. She wasn't putting her child first. She gets into it with the father in the child's room
Mm.
and she stabbed him. So
Mhm.
now everybody has to go through a metal detector to come in that door.
Mm.
So I
I mean
mean,
that's
you don't know. How do
yeah.
somebody look when they're carrying a weapon or they hiding it? It could have been in the book bag. These are things you don't know. If they're not getting warned or walking through those metal detectors, that is not something that I can't. I'm not even faulting the school. I'm
Mhm.
not pointing my finger at the school. I don't know where the ball was dropped because they concealing weapons. It's happening everywhere. It's
Mhm.
happening all over, just not in Baltimore. It's
Mhm.
happening all over. I can't even begin to say, well, you know what? This is what we need to do first. I I I don't know. I really don't know. It's a sad situation as a parent. It's like, what do I do? Yes, my kids are an adults and they're not no longer in school. I just have one who's halfway there, just about done with school. But just because my kids are done don't mean I'm not concerned about the
Other
rest
key.
of the
Mhm.
kids. I'm concerned for
Mhm.
the kids, the staff, the teachers,
Mhm.
because that's
Mhm.
why they have a teacher shortage. Who wants to come to work and have to
The
do
whole the whole dynamic of the school system has changed. No, like you just said, nobody wants to be in that situation with the children. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just lost. Like this generation is lost. Like, and what do we do? As parents, we can do whatever, as parents, we could teach them, we could tell them, we could show them, we can do all of that. But ultimately, these kids get to a certain age in their mind. Sometimes it could be, with their environment. It's a lot of different things I feel like contributes to, some of the things that goes on in these children's mind. And it's because
right.
my children, all of my children are out of school as well. But I have like different little kids that kind of like latch onto me, from places I've worked and different people that I be around and things of that nature. I have different, high school kids and different kids of different ages that latch onto me. And when I have these conversations with them, sometimes it just be they have some of these kids have no, it's like in their mind they just feel like, I'm lucky if I make it to be 18. Like, and I'm just back then when we were kids, it's like I want to grow up, I want to be this, I want to be that. But some of these kids, they're not even thinking it's past their 18th birthday. So
At
like
all. And a lot of them
so
are not
I'm with
making
you.
it.
So I'm with you, Monica. What do we do to help them? Where do we start?
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna take a quick break. I feel like they have the mentoring programs for certain ages, like it stopped at like 18 or whatever. But what about after that?
Mm-hmm.
What about after that? That's just like I was trying to tell somebody that was telling me something about when your child get a certain age, you know, when they get, when you graduate, you got to get out. You got to, why?
Mm-hmm.
You think they really ready to move out at 18?
No,
I don't
they're
think so.
not. Mm-hmm.
However, we're going to discuss that even more when we come back. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Visit OnFireTV.com for live top stories, breaking news, and original shows.
Welcome back. So at this point, I want to discuss because we don't know. Let's just brainstorm. Let's just take this half of the show to brainstorm. You know, like what can we do? I know before they used to try to use the recreation. Oh, we need the recreation centers open. These killers. I'm sounding like I said killers. These killers, these murderers, okay, they don't want to go to the rec center. They do not. Mm-hmm. So what else? What can we do besides condemn the mayor and say, oh, he was going to the football game? Can he not go to a football game? Is he not supposed to do anything in his life but be the mayor? Is he not supposed to have any downtime? I can't say our mayor because he's not my mayor. I don't live in the city. So is he not supposed to do anything other than be a mayor? He did used to go to Mervo, so I can see him attending the first football game. I get it. A lot of people come back to their school, especially like for homecoming. Mm-hmm. So, like, what to do? They always say fire the mayor, fire your elected official. But anyway,
the elected official, he's human like us. What could he possibly do to stop? Like, you know, I hear people say that to you, just like you just say, you know, go to the congressman, you know, go to the mayor, the governor. Like, what could they possibly do? What is it that he could that he's one man? What could what could he do? And he's the mayor. Of course, he's gonna support. Right. He actually was at my youngest son's graduation. You know what I mean? And I was happy that he just took the time to just be there. You know what I mean? He could have been. He has a million and one other things to do, but I was just happy that he took time to actually be there and show face for those children.
Meanwhile, the children parents keep blaming the mayor for, you know, for the crime that's going on, and it's really not his. I don't know. Well, they feel like it's his job. However, I don't know that Lil Pookie wants to go kill Lil Ray Ray. I don't know this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not being funny at this point. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what names to use, okay, without using the slain children. Mm-hmm. Like what can we really do? As you said, we talk to our kids, and they're still going to make up their mind to do whatever they want to do. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing. And right now, honestly, my son is in some mess. Mm-hmm. He got himself in it. And I talk to him all the time, like, listen, when you violate probation, this is what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. If you do it again, this is what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But he still thinks that it's okay that he do what he's doing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what I'm going to do? Beat him? He's 25. Like, I'm going to get a belt and just, no. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to keep on talking to him. Mm-hmm. But whatever happens, you have to deal with the consequences. Now, it's nothing, nowhere near what these people are doing. Mm-hmm. However, it's still serious. It just goes to the fact that no matter how big or small the crime is, they're gonna do what they want to do. Because I'm sure I'm gonna go shoot him because of X, Y, and Z. Y'all don't want to fight. You have fist fight. And I don't know. Like, people gonna be saying stuff that may not be 100% true. But that young man, even if he left school and went home, he didn't have practice. It was a game. So somewhere with the story being told from this person to this person, it wasn't right. You know how it goes. If you pass the story around, it'll switch up by the time it get back to you. These stories are just not.
It doesn't matter what happened, how it happened, or any of that. The fact of the matter is, it shouldn't have happened.
Right.
It should not have happened.
When we talk about things like this, we got to go back to what is the core root of the problem to come up with a solution. And y'all said a lot. We simply just don't know what the solution is because we haven't even figured out what the core to the problem is. People keep saying, oh, it's not enough jobs out here. They're hiring like crazy. No one wants to work. They say, oh, it's because of his upbringing. I can't speak on nobody else, but my upbringing wasn't the best. And I had my hands in everything. You talk about a street runner to the 10th degree, that was me. Look what I turned out to be now. It's about decision making and awareness. Now, to swing right back to something that Monica said, no one want to fight. Why would they fight when they can go down the street with the $300 mom gave them for a birthday gift and buy a ghost gun? And now every juvenile has a ghost gun. You can get them guns off the street for $200, $250, $300. Anybody's making them, and they're just getting them out there because everybody wants them. That's why the city of Baltimore is inundated with handguns, because there's so many illegal handguns out there, and it's so easy to get the handgun. Why would I want to fight someone and risk getting punched in my mouth and scarred up, bloody lip, black nose when I could just pull this gun out, shoot you, and move on about it? And when they pull the trigger, their mindset is not thinking that I'm going to go to jail. Their mindset is always thinking no one's going to tell on me, I'm going to get away. Then to swing back to what I had a brain fart. You know your name. Listen. I swear I had my thought process.
With you.
I had my thought process in my mind that I didn't miss no topic, and I just skipped right over her name. But I apologize with my deepest sympathy. The mayor situation.
Not his deepest sympathy.
Yeah, you got excuse Tony. That's him.
Some of these very pointed topics for our viewers. The mayor situation. They can't keep pointing the finger at Brandon. And let me be clear. I'm not a proponent of him. I'm not with him. I don't like a lot of his policies. But I can't say that he is the blame. The blame starts in one's household. Because a lot of us as parents are watching our kids. We know they ain't got no job. We know they ain't going nowhere and working. But yet they come in the house fresh. Tennis shoes, this on, that on. They pop up with a car. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know that. You know what I mean? And we as parents are not interrogating those kids. Where you get this from? Where this come from? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You selling drugs now? You can't stay here. You got to find somewhere else to go type conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not having those interrogation conversations when something is not right in our household. So we're allowing these kids to come in the household knowing they're not going to school, but yet they're carrying a book bag. Why you got a book bag on your back and you're not in school? You're not doing nothing that requires you to carry that book bag. So why you have that book bag on? You know what I mean? These are conversations as parents we're not having. So you can't point the finger at Brandon.
Just really quick. The child that was the squeegee kid, the one who shot the guy that came at them with the bat, right? I don't know if you guys saw his mother. Rah, 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 rah. My son go out early in the morning and he's out there all day and he bring home blah blah blah. Really, miss? Really? See, you got some parents that may do the interrogating of their children. Then it's I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Then they're gone. So then you don't know what they're doing. But then you have those parents that is condoning certain things because, in my opinion, her son should not have been out there squeegeeing anything and spending that much time outside. She thought it was okay. She thought it was okay.
Which solidifies my point of just being accepted of what the kid is doing. She accepted that what he's doing was okay, and it's not. You know what I mean? And there are the households that have lost control of their parenting. So when we talk about building juvenile jails and having juvenile officers and all this stuff like this, and everybody's so against it, these are the things that's warranted because certain parents are not parenting their child.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. Another thing that I've noticed that's very prominent in the homes in this day and time is addiction. Some of the parents are addicted, be it younger parents, older parents, our age, maybe older than us. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That is very prominent in this day and age in this generation.
Yeah.
The mothers, I've noticed the mothers are, they're home, they're addicts. The fathers are addicts. They're behind bars for how many years or for whatever reasons, or dealers for whatever reason, whatever the case may be. And the kids are just lost. They want to feed their families. They want to feed their brothers and sisters. They want to keep a roof over their head. So they're taking on adult responsibilities. These kids these days have a lot of things that they have on them to be children. Things that when we were kids, we didn't have to worry about. And I'm not making understand this. Please understand this. I'm not never would I or am I not I'm not making any excuses for any of the behaviors. So I don't want I don't want y'all to take it that way.
You saying all facts. I don't see that as excuses.
I just, I just want to put that out there because some people can take that as though I'm making excuses. So I want to make that completely known that I'm not making excuses for any of the behaviors. But what I am saying is some of the things, you're right, Tony, it does happen at home. And it's because of those reasons. They have those barriers. The parent, and another thing I've noticed as well, the music that they're listening to. They want to implicate. They want to implicate, and they want to be like these rappers. They see this money and this jewelry and this. I'm just putting this out there because I have a son who's 24 years old. I have another son who's 21. I'm sorry, 22. As well as their friends, as well as I said before, a lot of kids latch on to me for whatever reason. So I have a bunch of adopted children that I also talk to and things like that. So and these are things that comes out of their mouth. These are things that I hear them saying. I have to be like, wait a minute, hold on. Let's go back to this.
So they actually say that they want to do what the song say?
Yeah, they say things to me like, Ma, why would I go out here and work a 9 to 5 for the man and I'm making such and such and such when, I'm watching, I'm not going to say no names. I'm just going to say, I'm watching this hood rapper who, on the block and he just did this, that, and the third, and he got all this money, but he putting his money into his craft. So he doing this. So why would I go out here and why would I go out here and do this?
I don't know, but just remind them of the person that said, shoot a nigga on camera like a picture he froze. Because right now he resting in peace.
I'm just saying. I put that out there because
that's the lyrics that I would bring up when they say that.
Yes, these are things that these kids are like that. Like I say, these are things that these children say to me, and I'm saying, when I'm hearing these things, it hurt my heart. You know what I mean? Some of these kids, like I said, they don't even think that they're going to make it to be a certain age because they just feel like they doomed already. And I have to be like, hold up, wait a minute. You can't become your circumstance, sweetheart. If you want better, you want more, and that's what you want, you got to be the person to get that and do that for yourself.
And a major thing is they too good to work at Burger King, McDonald's. Like, I mean, I never did fast food. That was never a job of mine. However, I will say for sure, my daughters definitely took it after me. They are hustlers. They are hustlers. They are grinders. They definitely got that from me. But only one have really worked at a fast food restaurant. But that's never me. I never did it. But these kids refuse to do so. I have talked to those squeegee boys here and there. Like, no, I make more money out here. Oh, okay. So how long you plan to be a squeegee boy? And some of those squeegee boys are grown men. So they keep saying squeegee boys. I'm going to work. I'm wondering why the line, like, what is going on? People swear they never seen squeegee people at Orleans and Gay. I seen about 8 of them today. What are y'all doing? Like, no, I'm like, no, my whole vehicle need to be washed. So what did the grown man do? Put a heart on my windshield. Why? I told you don't do it, don't touch it. My whole vehicle need to be washed. But you put a heart. Sir, please. I feel like I know back in the day when we was in a marching band, we sold waters and sodas on the corner to help with the uniforms. I would feel better if they had coolers out there selling waters and sodas. Because sometimes when you're driving, you're like, oh, dang, if I had something cold to drink, and then boom, there they go. But a squeegee boy, I'm not.
Martin Luther King, they got marijuana, sodas, waters, all that, and they still squeegee it. Like, it's crazy. But I'm gonna go back to something that y'all said about talking to the kids. When they broke up our organization that the boy mayor was part of, they broke that up around that 2015 incident of Freddie Gray. We had an organization after that, and we kept mentoring. And the kids in there told me the exact same thing, that they rather stand outside on the corners than go work for the European man. But they, you know what I mean? And I kept mentoring for a while after that. And it's like every new generation of kid that came in there, their mentality was they want money now. They're not looking at their future retirement 401k, none of that stuff. They want money now. And they only want money now because they want the best clothes, the best shoes, and they want to smoke the best weed. I swear this little boy told me that. I said, well, what about
the best weed?
He said, I'll live with my mother till she put me out. I'm
telling you, them kids, they have no goals. They do not aspire to be anything except what they are. Like, they don't, it's like Tony just said, that's all they want. They just want to be fly. They want to have the jewels. They want to have a car. They want to have the money, be able to buy, like, oh, that's it. They don't think no further than that.
And it goes right back to what you said earlier.
And some of these people who really got that money, like Jay-Z, he not flashy. He not wearing all this jewelry, and that man is worth a whole lot. A whole lot. But he not wearing all that flashy stuff. I don't think they get it, you guys, but we need to wrap it up, though. I don't know. We don't have any answers. I would love to see someone else with some answers. If you have some answers and you want to be a guest to come tell us how we can assist, because I think we all would be more than happy to assist in helping with applying some information to help the youth. And when I say youth, I mean, how old was the little boy that shot the girl? 9. I mean, all the way from that age, 9 up to, and we need to go past 18. Honestly, I believe even a man in his 30s probably still need to be mentored. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe it need to be the buddy system where, it's somebody, an accountability partner. Because that's exactly what I said I was looking for, was this, exercising. No matter what you do, I feel like you need an accountability partner. Someone to hold you accountable for the things that you do. You say you're going to do this, and then you end up doing that. So once I fall off track, I need that accountability partner to get me together. That's all I'm saying. So, with that being said, people, if you would like to be a guest on SWAT Radio, shoot me an email at theswatradioshow@gmail.com. We can get you on here. This topic we can continue to talk about once the show ends online on one of our pages, definitely on SWAT Radio. So I don't even have a solution, like a suggestion, honestly, because I know there are parents that are trying to keep their kids on the right track, but at the same time, I know it's some that's out there letting their kids run absolutely wild. So I don't know. If you would like to see previous episodes, go back and watch this one again, however it may be. Just log on to onfire-tv.com. Check us out there. Follow me, Monica, WLS and the number 2, on TikTok and Instagram. Follow the radio show at SWAT Radio Show, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Chanel.
I'm sorry, you can follow me at Chanel Mabry News on Facebook. And on Instagram, I'm rise_sister_.
Come on, Tony. We know you, Tony Burger, on everything. You on Twitter?
I was trying to get my mic right. It wouldn't come off, but I'm Tony Burger on all platforms. I do got a Twitter, but I'm not sure what the name is.
Look at her.
Both of them. So I'm Tony Burger on all platforms.
All right, we got you. You're no longer one driving. We get it. Thank y'all for being here with me today. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna get everyone a shirt like this, or similar,
Yes.
or similar, so we can all look alike. But anyway, I do have another quote before we leave, you guys. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody ready? Okay. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right and forget about the ones who don't. And believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said that it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it. So, you guys, let that also marinate. Replay this if you need to. That right there. It's right here. So listen, you guys. Walk by faith, not by sight. Until next time, peace.